Okay, so today we'll learn about switch, while loop, and for loop. Coming to the switch statement is used to select any one of the block that we give it to the code. So if you say there is a set of code blocks in the same panel, and if you want to switch from one block to another using some queries or using some logic, then we use this switch code. I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know if you're able to see it or not. Yeah. So let me know once you see my screen. Excuse me. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So switch is a statement which is used to switch from one block to another. So if I as I already said you, in switch, if this expression is there, right, in place of expression, whatever logic if we give, if it is true, then only the switch statement gets initiated from its end. Okay, so this is how this switch statement gets itself on. So if this expression is either true, then only it is on. If it is false, it will this case blocks will not get executed. So in this switch, if this expression, whatever we give like x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 10, whatever we give, if that expression is true, then the next block of code gets initiated. So in the first case, we will write a code where it says if this happens, then print true. If else, false. And we use break also to break this case. We have to break this case and enter into the other case. Okay, so this is how the switch statement syntax will be present. I'll paste this whole in the chat box. You can have it in your notepad or you can save it somewhere. So this is the switch case statement syntax. So here exactly the switch expression, once it is evaluated or once it is read, then it says true or false, then it gets into the case statement. When we get into the case one, it will it will check on the case and it will do whatever it is needed. And then we go into the case two. So if there is a mismatch of this block or if there is a mismatch of this code, then the block of code will not be executed. Only if there is a match in the code, then only the block of code will be executed. Okay. So I'll give you an example also. So I'll initiate a variable, say x is equal to 5. And then I will write the switch statement. Switch x. Before that, I'll tell you that I want to print 5 is an odd number depending upon my case. So okay, so I want to print 5 as an odd number, but I have 5 options there. First option is even number. Second option is odd number. Third option is not a number. Fourth option is alphabet. It's an alphabet. Fifth option is say some it is null. So I have these many options. So first I have to put these options in my case. So I'll write case one. Where I do system dot out dot println as odd number. Okay, and then I'll break the code. Next, I'll write case 2, where I do system dot. Okay, guys, I'm having this SOP. It is system dot out dot println, where this doesn't work in the code. Just to just to save time, I'm using this abbreviation. So I'll write event, and next case 3. Okay, I'll have a break here again. Break. And case 3, I will do SOP as not a number. Okay. Okay. So there can be a case 4, case 5 again, and here I write it as break. So this is how I gave the system code. And this whole system is in our flower basis. So this whole switch is in our main flower place. So now I take int x is equal to 5. So I am switch, and the switch is on with this expression x. I have given the x value, and then it goes with the case 1. So I just check whether the, I have to just check whether the odd, it is an odd number or even number. So my requirement is to print that 5 as an odd number, right? So I have to check a condition. If x, guys, can anyone tell me how to know whether this 5 is an odd number or even number? What is the logic? We have one expression which we already learned yesterday, percentile. You remember? Percentile is our arithmetic operator. And what does this do? What is the function of this operator? Anyone in the class? Monica, Santosh, Santoshi, do you want to give a try?
Arithmetic operator,
Percent,
mathematical operations, ma'am.
yeah, percentile is there, right? We have a percentile operator.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me, what does this percentile operator do? Okay. Let me tell you. So yesterday we learned that percentile operator is known as modulus operator, and this is used to give the remainder. When you're dividing with any of the whole number, it gives us the remainder. So modulus is to give you the remainder. So in this scenario, for knowing it as even or odd, we have the general basic. It is a factorial of 2. It is multiple by 2. So if I say a number is when divided by 2, if it gives 0 as a remainder, then it is a even number. If it does not give 0 as a remainder, which means that is an odd number. So this is how I go with the statement, right? So I write x percentile 2, which is equal to 0, which means it is even number. But here I want it as odd number. So what I write, x percentile 2 not equal to 0. Okay. So if this is true, then this will print. Else, it goes with the case block 2, and here it checks the same condition. If it is f is equal to even, and how will we find if it is a number or not? If x is not equal, x is not a number, so if it is not of a data type int, Then it gives us the output as, so then it gives us an output as not a number. Actually, not a number or not equal to the same number. And we even have a default in the switch statement. So what does default states is, even whatever it happens, if anything is satisfied, then fine. If it is not satisfied, then come to default and then print whatever we give. So SOP, nothing satisfied. Okay, hope you understood. If you have any doubt, let me know. So switch block is completely divided into switch, case, break, and default. These are the four keywords that we use under the switch block. So switch statement to be executed, we will give an expression here, and then it comes to the case one. To come out of the case, we use this break, and default is a keyword which is used to work as a default expression. So when we use default, if nothing is satisfied under this, then this gets printed. Also, guys, one more thing. If case one is executed and if we write break here, it will not enter into case two. Break means to break it out of here and then come out of the switch case. So break is the way how it works. So if we reach to the break keyword, it breaks out of the complete switch block and will stop executing of the more cases. It will not execute any more cases. It will just come out of the complete switch block. Okay. Shall we do an example in the compiler? We shall go with an example. I'll just show you in a real-time compiler. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean the compiler which I'm opening now.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here I'll initiate int x, and I will have switch block. So switch x expression is given. Okay, I'll start with the case one. So under case one, I will print. Okay. So under case one, I will write the switch statement. So I'll write only three cases. So guys, when you're taking up the class, try to have the session before itself. I mean, try to get your things out and then be ready. Because if we ask you the question of previous class and then you don't answer it, it would be felt bad for us. Okay, I'll slowly introduce the other keywords. So now I assign this which is equal to 2. Okay, so here it takes up the case which is matching with the 2. So here this is only the condition which I gave it directly. So it will just check whether it is matching with 2 or not, and then it will print us the value. So what is the error, guys? What is it showing?
Madam, S capital.
Yes. And then
Madam, that to logic if x is modulus is not equal to 0.
that is not needed. See here we are matching with the 1 or 2, right? So here itself it says whether this x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 2. Here in the case itself it gets breaked out. So that's not needed now because we are not checking whether it is even or odd. Okay. So if you just see here, this 2 is matching. I mean, the case 2, we gave the connection as 2 value. So it takes 2 and then it executes even 3. So it starts from 2 and executes it as 3 also. Are you getting this point, guys? This is the switch option. Okay. If I give only, if I give the option, this see, case 1, case 2, case 3 are something like your options in the exam. And switch is the question. So switch takes the answer which we give. This is the bubble thing. If we give it as 2, then it goes with the second option. And if we give it as 3, it takes only 3 and prints only 3. Because after that, we don't have any cases. That's the reason what we do is we introduce with break. So if I put break, then it comes out of the switch loop directly. This is how this break is. This is how it works. So if I'm using a break keyword in middle of any case, with respect to the option, it takes and then gives us the value and breaks out from the complete switch loop. If you don't give, then the next code also gets executed and we get the output as 2 and 3. But now we got only the 2. You're getting it? You're getting it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So there is another keyword which I introduced. It is default. So in default, what it does is it just goes with the, I mean, if there is no option matching, then it goes with this option, no option found. Okay, I am giving the value as 4. So I have to get something related to 4, but there is no 4, so I'm expecting no option found to be displayed. Got it right? So this is how the switch, case, and block and default keywords are used. I'm giving you people this query in the chat box. Just save it for your future purpose and just try practicing on this. Okay. Do you have any doubt, or shall we shift to the next session?
No doubt, ma'am.
Okay, so the next thing is for loop. So you used for loop in your C and C++, right? You remember, guys, for loop?
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever you want to go into a loop, whenever you want to execute the same profile or the same position into some number of loops, then we use this for loop. For loop is used for mainly into getting the block executed into one time or n number of times. So every time when you want to execute this block for 4 times, then you will have a statement where it says that this has to run for 4 times, right? So if you want to execute this block for 4 times, then you will give the value less than 5. The statement, you'll give the condition to run it for less than 5 times, that is 4 times. So the syntax is this way. I'm giving you the thing in the chat box. So the syntax says for statement 1, comma statement 2, comma statement 3. So in the statement 1, you will be having the value as the initiation of where to exactly start. And in the next statement, you will be having the condition where to stop. And the third condition will be there to execute the for loop. Okay, so this is how this for loop syntax looks. Statement 1, statement 2, and statement 3. So if we go for a single example, if I say for int I is equal to 0, 1, and then I'm initiating it at 1, then I will count it until 5, and then I will execute it for, I mean, to run it for every time I do I plus plus. So I plus plus, we learn this increment, right? So I plus plus gives you, what does that give?
Incremental.
What does it? Yeah, incremental. So it gives the next value. Okay. So here, if you just see, how many times does this logic runs? Can anyone tell me? I'm initiating it as 1. First time it will run. How many times does this logic runs?
4 times.
Are you sure? And if I give this as 0?
5 times.
Yeah, very good. So this is how this logic goes. Okay. So we'll try to have this example once. That is only with the for loop. There is nothing in that. So I'll give you a quick, strong example. So I'll declare a string. So I'll declare a string called as cars. So this has all these values in that string. This is a string. If it is only string of cars, then it won't take this much list. It takes only single value. It is augmented with the square basis, which means it's a set of array list. Okay. So this Volvo is represented as string of 0. And BMW is represented as string of 1. So array list starts with 0 and then it is incremented by 1 each time. So it is 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is how this array list is being set. Now when I come into this for loop, so when I coming in this for loop, I want to display all the components here. So what I does is I initiate int I is equal to 0. We have only 4, but instead of having that, we can give the number as I less than 5, and then I give I plus plus. So I will print a system output dot string of I. Okay, let's see what happens. So it says the variable string, and it is there in the, oh, I didn't delete this block. So it says the variable string is there, but we didn't define it according to their augmentation. So what is the default, guys? What is it showing here? So do I need to write string of I or cars of I? So it is actually cars of I, because under cars we have 0, cars of 0, cars of 1, cars of 2, cars of 3. So for 4, we don't have anything, so it gave me a wrong exception, because we have only 4, right? And it has to run for only 4 times, but it ran for 5 times because I initiated with 0. And to avoid such type of expressions, what we will do is, instead of giving 5, I will give array list length. So we have a keyword called length, right? You remember yesterday we discussed. So when I give cars of I array list dot length, it gives me the length of it. So what we will do is, we will print it here again. Can anyone tell me what is the error? Even size is not getting tagged. Length. And this compiler is not taking length value. Guys, array list can be used for length or size. Can anyone tell me with this? What would be the value? Sorry? So length can be used for array list of numbers, but when it is coming to a string array list, we use it as size. Okay, before introducing that, I have to add this library too. But yes, as we don't have this library in this compiler, the size is not taking as a keyword for it. We need to add those, what do you say, libraries. As I told you, we have certain libraries for every keyword. So if that keyword, if that library is not included into our compiler, then the normal, the basic keyword also will show the error. Okay. So as of now, we can't use this size or length because the main library which is responsible for this is not added into this compiler. And as this is not our compiler, we cannot manually add it. So we'll just take it as the value itself. Yeah, double comment is used for commenting that value. This code will not run now. Where it is it size? Okay. Okay, so the size works only with our compiler, with our library present. If that is not present, we'll not have that size that to be used with the keyword as a keyword length or size or maximum of, minimum of, like that. Okay, guys, so this is all about the for loop. Now we have the next topic. Okay, anyone is having any doubt in this for loop? Guys, anyone want to ask anything about for loop?
How to know the length of the string, madam?
See, length of the string can be known with the length itself, length of length brackets. But that is what I'm telling. This is a string list, and we don't have that keyword added in the compiler, so we may not use it. It's length, open braces, close braces. That is only the keyword. Okay. So I'll try to import it. We'll just try if it is working or not. We'll just check. Um, No, it is not working. The import is not happening actually. Let me try with RLS. Okay, you tried importing it later. Try with your compiler and just let me know how well you can just execute the program. Uh, so what you can do is you can actually define it first, enter these values separately, add them, and then submit it through a for loop. Okay, try some examples under this, having some more logics, and just let me know if you can find it out or not. We'll go with the next block. I mean, next topic for today. It is while loop, right? So coming to while loop, the syntax would look like similar to switch itself. The while of executing statement, where we give the condition to make it on or off, and then the code of logic. So basically, while we use it only when block of code which is a long as specified condition, only to connect it through single condition we use this while. So this loop is executing a block, this whole block only when this condition is true, then only it gets into the loop, and then it will work on the logic. This mainly we use this while loop to reduce our time. So even if we have if cases, number of if cases will be increased, but when we use while, number of if cases can be reduced. So this is how a while loop is used. So the basic example would be while the condition is like something related to int I, which is less than 5. We can't initiate int in the while loop. Sorry, this cannot be done. Only the condition would be there. But before that, we can initiate int I is equals to 5. And then we can go ahead using the while loop. I'll do SOP as 5. Okay. So this is how the while loop goes. If it, does this 5 gets printed or not? Can anyone tell me, is this output prints 5 or nothing? What is the output of this code?
Zero.
No, 0 will not be there. It won't print anything. It's blank. Why? Who answered me now? Santoshi, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you tell me why it prints blank?
I don't have an idea, ma'am, in this language because this is my first language to learning Java.
Yeah, but
I
see,
guess that
it is
is
good.
zero.
0 will not be there. See, here we initiating I is equal to 5, right? Now in the next step, we are checking whether 5 is less than 5 or not in the while loop. But this condition is false. 5 is not less than 5, but 5 is equal to 5. So when this condition is false, it won't enter into the while loop. It won't print this SOP, system output print, whatever we need. It won't print this, but it simply comes out of the loop and it doesn't print anything. But if I say I less than or equal to 5, then yes, this statement, this condition is true, and this while loop is now on. It is now on and enters into this condition block, and this system output gets printed. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if this condition is false, it doesn't enter this while loop. It just comes out of the while loop. It goes to the next statement, whatever is present after this flower basis, whatever while loop flower bases are there, right? Open flower basis, closed flower basis. After that, whatever code is present, it takes up that code and start executing it. And if you want to run this, if you want to run the same code, if you want to pull out the same code for more number of times, then you will have to do I++. So that logic will increment, right? So we do I++ and this runs till this core, this condition gets false. So if I initiate it as 0, so first it checks 0 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. It prints that I, whatever I is needed. So it prints 0. Then it goes for 0 plus plus, it becomes 1. It goes to the while loop initiation again. 1 less than or equal to 5. True. It prints I. Now I is 2, right? So it prints 2. Then it do I plus plus. I plus plus becomes 3 now. It goes to the while loop front again. It says 3 less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. So it prints 3 and goes with as 3 plus plus, which is equal to 4. So now again it checks 4 less than or equal to 5. True. 4. Now I plus plus becomes 5. 5 less than or equal to 5. True. It prints 5 and then I plus plus, it becomes 6. Now it goes back 6 less than or equal to 5, which is false, and then it comes out of the loop. Okay, this is how this while loop works actually. So if you just see this code in our compiler. So if you just see, I have taken the I as 0 and I am incrementing it to less than 5. If you want, you can keep it as is equal to 5 also, and I'm printing I. And I'm incrementing it as I plus plus. So if how many times does this run and what are the values to be obtained is 0, 1, 2, so 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Only 5 values will be obtained. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the 5 values that are to be printed. You're getting it right, guys? So I'll give you even this code in the chat box. This is for while loop. So today we learned if loop, for loop, while loop. If loop is if loop is used for we learned switch loop, while loop, and for loop. So switch and case, switch case 1 and break and default. These are the 4 keywords that are to be introduced in switch program. And for loop, you will be using only for. While loop also you'll be using only while. So I want 3 programs to you where you can use this basic keywords and produce the output. Will you be able to do that for tomorrow's assignment?
Yes, ma'am. I will try.
Yeah. So assignment 2 would be example. Okay, I'll give you the program what to be written in the this thing. in your WhatsApp. I'll give you the question. Try giving the logic also. Okay. So any doubts, anything that need to be discussed? Yes, guys. I'm asking you any doubts. Is anybody having any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Yes. So yeah, here goes your assignment. Please read your questions and let me know did you get the questions or not. So the first question says write a program to print today's day using switch, break, and default. So can anyone tell me how does it start and what is in your mind running with the question? How does the logic goes? So I'll just give you an idea of this. What you do is you will initiate a value, say int of day. Today's day is Wednesday, right? So Wednesday comes with 4. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday is with fourth number. So what you will do, you will have a int value day, which is 4, and you will start with the switch statement. So case 1, which means first option, will be printing Monday. System out print ln as Monday and then break. Case 2 will print Tuesday. Case 3 will print Wednesday. So 4 will print Thursday, 5 Friday, and 6 Saturday. And in default, you will print Sunday or no day, your wish. So if you're giving 3, then you'll be getting the output as Wednesday. If you're giving 4, then you'll be getting the output as Thursday. Did you get it? So this is how this logic goes for program 1. And program 2, you will print all the days in a week using a loop. So the same similar way which we did now for cars, you will be taking up the code for cars, I mean for the days, where it says Monday to Saturday, and then you will print the same using a for loop. And the next is the whole numbers using while loop. The same thing what we did now. 0 to 5, 0 to 4 we printed, but you will be printing it from 0 to 10. Okay. Just tell me, guys, because yesterday I received only 2 assignments and expecting this time to be more. Tarun, are you there?
Hi, sir.
Tarun, will you provide me will you submit the assignment tomorrow?
Yeah, okay. By tomorrow night I will do, madam, because I have to go to college morning.
Sure, Tarun, take your time. Try working tonight, and then get the outputs, so that maybe tomorrow, while coming to the class, you can actually discuss if you don't get the logic.
Okay.
Okay. Akhila, What
Yes.
happened with your assignment yesterday?
No, ma'am.
Will you do this for today?
Yes, ma'am. I will.
Okay, I will be expecting your assignment also.
Okay, ma'am.
Kalpana, Kalpana, are you there? Monica, Monica,
Yes, ma'am.
will you submit your assignment tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I'll be expecting your assignment too. Kavya Shri,
Yes, ma'am.
what's the reason that you didn't submit yesterday?
Yeah, actually, yesterday I was absent.
Okay, so today you will be doing it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, Mohammed and Santoshi, I hope you understood today's topic and you'll be going through the assignments for tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Sirisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Sirisha, are you there? Sirisha, Raju, Raju, are you there? Okay, guys, thank you. That's it for today. Let me know if you have any queries. You can even contact me through WhatsApp so that we can actually discuss on the logics if you miss anything behind. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.